In this video, we're going to go over how to complete the other items on the intake tab. So in the previous videos, we've gone over how to add a customer, complete pre-screening, and complete the application. And so when we're on the intake page, we can view the pre-screening information that was previously entered in this first section here by selecting pre-screening information. And that pre-screening window will pull up with the selections that we made here. The view application completed on date. If we select that, that will take us to the application summary page, which shows what, just a summary view of the information that was entered in pre-screening and in the application. And if we need to make changes, we can select this return to demographics and contact info update. We can make the changes here and click save and return to summary. Should take us back to this application summary page, and then we can click return to intake. That would take us right here. So we'll get into the next, actually there's one more part here. If during the intake process, if funds are required to complete intake, this box can be checked. We'll get the system prompt here to leave a case note. We'll leave the case note and we'll see that that box has been checked. And if for any reason, maybe you didn't mean to check this box after all, and leave that case note, what you can do is uncheck it. We'll see the system say that the barrier reduction or this response has been updated. So we'll click OK, and then just leave another case note. Let me do that. We'll see that the box is unchecked. But the next part of the application is the career assessment. So we can add the career assessment by selecting the button, and then we'll just answer the questions in here. So the first question is assessment date. It'll automatically select the date you are entering the assessment, but if you want this was completed earlier, you can change the date. So our next question is, what is your current employment status? And so we have a few options here. I've not worked before. This will be my first job. If that's selected, the employment questions that were below will be hidden. We also have I am employed, I am self-employed, I am employed but received a termination layoff, I am employed and I have been actively looking for work, and I am unemployed but I have not been actively looking for work. So we'll select the appropriate option here and then just enter in the employment information or most recent employment information. So for this customer, we'll enter in the hourly wage, the employer name, the start date of employment, the end date if applicable. It would be required if one of the two I am unemployed options have been selected. We'll enter in the job duties, and if applicable, again, given those two previous unemployed options here, you can enter in text for reason for leaving. And then we have a couple questions here for requirements. Did the job require any lifting requirements? We have options for able to lift 50 pounds or more, lift 25 pounds or more. I'm not able to lift 25 or more pounds. So we'll just make the selection based on the customer's response. And then another question is that many apprenticeship programs require people to stand for long periods of time. Indicate whether you're able to stand for less than 2 hours a day, up to 4 hours a day, for 8 hours or more per day. And then next we have career goal and secondary career goal. And in both dropdowns, they have the same responses here, but we'll just select the one that makes, for the customer's primary and secondary career goals. And so we have options for advanced clean energy, construction, training, education, clean energy, construction, employment outside of a DOL registered apprenticeship, DOL registered apprenticeship for clean energy, non-union jobs, and for clean energy union jobs, electric vehicle industry, energy efficiency industry, HVAC industry, solar industry, start clean energy construction business, start non-construction business, weather and wind industry, weatherization, I should say. And then we have other clean energy career and other construction related. So we'll just make a selection for the primary career goal and then for secondary career goal. Again, that same list. If we do select for both of these, this last selection here, other construction related, you can then enter text specifying which industry that this customer is interested in. And so below we have, below the section, we have another area. Are there specific careers you are interested in pursuing? And so we have between solar and wind, automotive, electric vehicle focus, electrical, green building construction, manufacturing, clean energy technologies. If the customer is interested in any of these, you can just make the appropriate selections. And then the last checkbox here is I'm interested in learning about clean energy careers. So once we have entered all the information for the career assessment, we'll click save. And then we'll see that the career assessment has been added here. If need be, you can enter multiple career assessments just by selecting that add career assessment button again and entering that information. If you need to delete any, you can do so by clicking this red X, but you can also get a summary view of the information that was entered, the date, and which member of your organization or which partner who has access to the system submitted the career assessment. The next section that we will be going over is the service needs assessment. So to begin, we'll click this button for service needs assessment. And I'm just going over the text at the top. We're going to check what you need to make it easier for you to stay in the program. CEJA has funds available to help with any challenges you're facing. Don't worry, your responses won't affect your chances of joining the program. We won't use your answers to decide on your application. And so we have the service needs assessment broken up into a few different sections: accommodations and student services, technology assistance for virtual learning, and in parentheses here, broadband and hardware if virtual learning will be employed. We also have transportation, child and family member care, assistance with housing, food, healthcare, legal assistance, financial literacy, mentorship, application fees, and other support services. And so you'll be asking the customer if they have any challenges that they're facing. You can enter the appropriate selection here: yes, no, or not applicable, not needed for the program. And depending on how the question is asked, if they answer yes or no, let's see, for this one, do you feel confident in your ability to use technology, including email, navigating the internet, and completing basic tasks on a computer? If we say no, if they answer in a way that they would need assistance based on that question, what will happen here is there'll be a section that'll open up and we'll have a recommendation. So in this case, review local community action agency, faith-based organizations, or American Job Center services. So what you can do is you can refer the customer, you can provide a referral to another organization for assistance with this, that line in the service needs assessment. Or if this is something that you can provide in-house, you can check that box as well. And then that would just be something that you would provide. And then if you need to leave a comment, additional note based on that need for assistance, you can enter in this section here. So enter in some placeholder text. But then, you'll just continue to complete the service needs assessment. So we'll have in-house support for this one. And, no matter the question, the way it operates when you're selecting whether it's a referral or in-house support, the recommendation, leaving a comment, it's all the same. It's all the same. So you can see here for, if they have any healthcare needs, we'll see, boxes here, select the ones that apply. And based on that, we can then enter in this information here. And leaving a comment is optional. It's not required when submitting this. So if there's nothing to add, you do not need to enter that. So let me just finish out the service needs assessment here. And then when we're done filling this out, you're going to want to press the submit button. If you press return to intake, all these selections and changes that have been made will not save. So click that blue submit button. And then when we do that, we will be taken back to the intake tab, and we'll see the service needs assessment that's been completed and when it was updated. And if we select this here, the hyperlink here, we'll then see our selections here. So we'll see the summary view for tech assistance for this question here for ability to use technology. We'll see that we're going to provide in-house support. We can see the note or the comment that we left here for this. Healthcare, we'll see that we'll also get in-house support for prescriptions for this customer. And we can just see the summary view, any comments, how the questions were answered, and so forth. Additionally, a second, kind of similar to the career assessment, if you want to leave another service needs assessment, you can complete another service needs assessment for the customer. It'll show the previous answers. So, if you need to make changes, you can do so if like, oh, well, maybe they don't actually need in-house support for this item. After all, they do feel confident using, X, Y, and Z. You can select yes. And when you update it again, you'd press this blue button to retain those changes. Let's see. So going back to the intake tab, we'll see the customer status section is the next one here. And so previously, in another video, we discussed a couple of different statuses here. So for inquiry, that's the very first one, the initial one when you're setting up a customer. They'll become an inquiry once you complete this first window here of that of this information. And so there'll be an inquiry there. If they have a status of pre-screening, that means you are, you've not yet completed the pre-screening, but you're able to access it. And once the pre-screening information has been submitted and completed, the customer status will then be updated to applicant. And an applicant is having a status of applicant and selecting the name of the system will take you to kind of the page of this intake tab that we've gone over here. Now, once a service has been added in the career plan, we'll cover that in another video, this will automatically update. The system will automatically catch what the status of the customer is based on what has been entered. And so when a service has a start date, this will show the customer status is enrolled. And if they complete the program, this will be complete and so forth. So this will be updated automatically. You won't necessarily have to do too much here unless, maybe the customer declined to participate. Maybe you're going through a career assessment, service needs assessment, and they change their mind, they decline to participate. You can check this box. It'll say the customer status has been set, and we'll see that it gets updated here. If this was, something you didn't mean to click, you can uncheck that box here. The system will say the customer status has been sent, and it'll go back to applicant. If there's a signed agreement, you can upload that here. All you need to do is just click the upload signed agreement and upload the file here. We'll get a note here, the file types that are accepted: Excel, PDF, and Word documents. You can add a note here for description and select upload. You can also add a case note here as well. And the last section here is just going over the training services career plan. Again, we'll cover that in another video, but here just lists out, what the career plan is used for, making sure the customer understands it, that they know how to view their career plan, and that it'll be updated, just kind of explaining to them how this will work in a system based on the information that's provided here. And then once you have provided that customer with the features and how to access their career plan, because they'll be able to with the login information, you would just check this box. It'll show a timestamp and which user checked the box to say that they went over this with the customer. And so that is how you complete the intake tab for a customer in the CEJA system.